Hello there, guys, and welcome back to another episode of, another vlog of Luna and James Family Adventures. Now, today we're going to be, I'm going to be making spring rolls, and I'm going to do chicken spring rolls. Now, I've already done my ingredients, the main ingredients. So I've got some diced chicken. I've got some shredded white cabbage, red pepper, I've got some spring onions, and I've got some chopped carrot. And that's what is going to be the main thing going into the spring onions. For the spices, I've not decided yet, so I might just go garlic powder because we all need a bit of garlic. I'll go with some oregano because I like that too, and some salt, and that should be enough. So to start with, I'm going to pop on the old hob, and I'm going to bring it down because I'm going to start the chicken first. All I've got in my wok for the moment is sunflower oil. That's it. I've got nothing else in there but sunflower oil. Okay, so let me just pop some gloves on. Well, just one, purely because I don't really want to have to pick up the meat. I could just tip the plate, but yeah, we'll just want one glove, look. There we go. And then we can get this chicken in. We'll get that cooking. And when it's almost cooked through, then I'll add the rest of this. And then once that's done, then I'll go on to make the pastry for the spring rolls. So I'm going to pop this in. All I've done, it was just, I used 1.5 chicken breast, or small chicken breast. And really, all I've done is just cut them to that sort of size. So it looks a bit like a worm, doesn't it? So that's all I've done so far. Get off. Right, let's take that off now. Put it in my trash can. So we're going to cook this chicken before we add everything else. Okay. I've got my induction hob set on number 4. It doesn't give you some induction hobs you can buy, and it gives you what the wattage is. So it could be a low heat might be 900, or a higher heat could be 1,000 or whatever. This one is just your normal numbers that you would see on a hob anyway. But yeah, every hob is different. But yeah, this is what I've got. So we're just going to cook this through. I've never made spring rolls before, so this is definitely a first. But I think it'll be quite interesting, to be fair. And then, because we're going to have them for tea, the kids are having something else. But we're having spring rolls, and then we're going to make our own special rice. So that will be a vlog for another time. This one's just about the spring rolls. So it's almost white now. So I'm going to add everything else off this plate. Okay. So it's all going in. In you go. Don't waste a thing. Right. Looks like a stir fry, doesn't it? See, I don't want to cook the veggies too much because they're already cut quite small. Like, if I just show you, look, that's a piece of carrot, and I've cut that very small, and the peppers are pretty much the same width, and the cabbage, so they don't need a lot of cooking, but I want to feel the crunch of the veg when I bite into it. So, and this chicken will cook quite quickly anyway, because it's cut very thin. Right, so we'll just let that sit for a second. Right, I'm going to go in with a little bit of garlic powder. I'm not going to go, I don't want to overpower it with garlic. We'll go in with some salt. Not too much, because I don't want it to taste salty. And we'll go in with some oregano, if I can get it out of the pot. There we go. Lovely. Oh, it smells nice. Right, I'll turn the heat down a smidge, and I'm going to let this continue to cook, and when it's done it will be put to one side, and I'll bring you back and we'll do the pastry. Okay, so I have finished the filling for the spring rolls, so I'm just going to show you that. Okay, there it is. It's just sitting there now, cooling down, which is good, because now that will give me chance to make the pastry. So all I'm going to use is basically plain flour, a little bit of salt and some water, and I'm going to show you. Okay, I've got my bowl. Right, so we need 1 cup of plain flour. Okay, so I'm using my half cup measurements, so that's half a cup and another half. Okay, there we go, that's 1. Right, so don't need you now, and I'm going to move you, and we're going to go in with a teaspoon of salt. I've got pink Himalayan fine salt there, so I'll just do about a teaspoon. It's coming out quite slowly, so you know you want to come out. Let's have you. I'm eyeing it, you see. Looks like there's a lot going in there, but believe me, the holes are so small, there's hardly anything going in. So, right, now we've got that. I'm going to mix that with my fingers. I know. I'm going to make a little tiny well, and I'm going to start adding in just normal tap water. Okay. Just a bit at a time. And just incorporate that. And literally, I'm not kneading it or anything. I'm just using my fingers and just mixing it together. And when the pastry has taken in the water and some flour, and there's no water left, then you add a little bit more. And you just keep going until you've got all your flour gone. So this part probably will take a little bit of time, but we'll see. I didn't measure any water. I'm literally just eyeing it, okay? Which I know isn't helpful when I'm trying to show you how to do something. But there was no water measurement. So that's why I couldn't show you, I couldn't measure it out. I only did the flour and the salt. So, but the flour is almost all gone. So we're not going to need much more water now. As you can see, look. So obviously this part can be time consuming, can't it? So that's kind of like trying to show you in little bits at a time. Tiny smidge more water, and then that's really going to be it. The thing is, you can't really go wrong, because if you end up with pastry that's really wet, then you add a little bit more flour, to dry it out. So it's not really, it's not difficult. And it's only plain flour that you're using. It's, Right, so all the flour has gone now. All you're left with is that. So I'm not going to knead it at the moment. I'm going to bring it together. Stuck to me, look. By fisting, rolling, fisting, rolling, rolling, fisting, to get all those bits stuck in together. Okay. And then you end up with a nice dough. Now this is a no roll dough, by the way. I'm not going to roll it. I'm going to show you exactly what I'm going to do. Right. There's your dough. There's your bowl. Okay. Now, if I press it, it's not too soft. It's not too hard. Now, I will quickly knead this, but it'll only be for a minute or so. And it's a case of stretching it. You can't really see that, can you? Oh, dear me. Right, is that a bit better? No, this is though. So it's basically stretching it, okay, pulling it back, stretching it, pulling it back, and do that for about a minute. Now we are going to apply oil on the okay. Right, now I'm going to give it a good knead. There we go. And that's what you're left with. Look at that. Right, now that is going to sit covered up for 10 minutes. And I'll get back to you when it's rested. Right, so it has been 10 minutes. Okay, so now I'm going to show you the next part of this pastry. And like I said, I'm not rolling anything out with a rolling pin. So I'll show you exactly what it is I'm going to do. So I'm going to pop you facing down here so you can see exactly what I'm going to do. Okay, so there's my dough, right? It's nice and soft now. Now I'm going to half that. Okay, so I've got my knife and I'm going to cut it in half like so. Right, there we are. Now I'm going to roll a sausage because I need a sausage. And I'm going to do both exactly the same. Right, so that's one. Okay, so we're going to do the next one. We want 2 sausages. Right, so we want them ideally the same sort of length. Okay, so there, just about. So now we want to cut these into 6. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so using that as a guide, we can cut both. Okay, there we go. Look like skeleton fingers now, don't they? So each one of these now needs to be rolled back into a cylinder and gently squashed to form a little tiny disc like that. Okay, so that's what we're looking for. So I'm going to carry on rolling these and I'll bring you back and show you what we're going to do next. So here are my little discs. Okay, now the next part is we're going to flatten them out and we're going to use some oil. Now I've got a cup and I'm going to use the bottom of the cup. Okay, so first thing I need some oil. Okay, because these I don't want to stick to the surface. Okay, and I need to oil my cup as well. Okay, so turn it over, oil the cup like so. Right, we get said piece, put on top of oil, put a little bit of oil on there, and press. Okay, this is now what it looks like, but don't worry because we've got a step further to go than that. Right, so oil a bit more of a surface and I want to put them over there. So I've got to do all of these, okay, and squash them. And I know some of them are going to be a bit bigger than others, but that's okay because there's a reason, you know, there's something else we can do, which I will show you again. Okay, I know some are bigger than others, but that's okay. We don't need to worry. Don't worry about me putting all this oil on my surface. It will wipe off, so I'm not concerned. Everything will be fine. It will all be washed off. Okay, so we're getting there, look. Like I said, don't worry about if some pieces are smaller. It doesn't matter, because we're going to push them all out so they are exactly the same size and the same shape. So I'm not concerned at this moment. Okay, and I'll show you what we are going to do next. Okay. 3 more. 3 more. See, basically oiling all of this as well, because at some stage we have to put these on top of each other, and it's going to stop them all sticking together, because you don't want them stuck together. It's the last thing you want. Okay. Right, so there we are now with the with these ones. Okay, so what we need to do now is just finger them out a bit more. Okay, so they're all pretty much the same size, and again, it doesn't matter. We're not looking for anything specific. Okay, and then once we've done that, we're going to put them on top of each other in piles of 6. Right, so that's 1. Some will be bigger than others, but again, don't worry about it. Put them on top. Okay. Because obviously, when it comes to the pastry for spring rolls, it's very thin anyway, isn't it? And you'll see just how thin it will get shortly. Right, so I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I just want 1 more. Okay, so there we go. Now we've got 6 there, and again they're well oiled, they're not sticking together, as you can see. So what we're going to do now is we're going to make sure that they're all a similar size. Okay, so we're going to push them out like so, turning it over. Make sure you're still greasing everything. I know it uses, it's going to use a lot of oil, but don't worry, everything is going to be okay. I will show you. Right, so this is now where the plate comes in. Okay, said plate, grease the bottom, oil, well, should I say oil the bottom. Okay, right, put on, push. Okay, there we go. Okay, so I know it doesn't look any bigger, but it will be. You have to use a lot of force, so it can be quite hard. Right, so there we go. And now we're going to push them out again. Okay, these are not stuck. Look, as you can see, but they are a lot thinner. And that's what we want. We want them to be thinner. Okay, these are only going to be mini rolls anyway. They're not going to be anything massive. Right, so that's one stack. Now I'm going to put it over here, okay, with more of my grease. And that's going to sit there because I don't need it right this second. And I'm going to go on and I'm going to carry on doing these ones. And once I've finished, then I will bring you back and show you exactly what I'm going to do next to cook them. And I'm only taking my glove off because I need to press stop because the remote control has run out of battery. Right, so I've now finished doing the squashing and the preparing of the pastry. As you can see, we've got 2 piles and have 6 each of the sheets. Now what I've got to do is I've got a pan, a flat pan, well, a frying pan on the heat there. Well, I haven't turned it on yet, but it will be. And all I've got to do now, okay, and I'm going to put it on a low heat. Really does not need to be high. Okay, so what I'm going to do, bring back my flour, okay, and I'm just going to put a little dusting of flour over the top of these sheets. And we're going to do both sides, okay. Okay, there we go. Now, all we need to do is pop them straight in, okay. And what we're looking for is when it starts to cook, when you start seeing little bubbles, then you flip it over, do the other side, and then take them out and separate them. Okay, so that is what we're looking for. I know I've made a mess of my surface, and I will get it cleaned. But I'm wanting to show you everything, so that's why it looks a bit of a mess at the moment. Looks like a pancake, doesn't it, in there? So you just need a minute on each side for a moment. It's on quite a low heat because it doesn't need to be high. And we're not toasting them. Well, we are, but lightly. What I mean is we're not looking for colour. We're not looking for colour at all. The pan isn't hot. But if I turn up to number 3, see where we go. But it's going to be good, hopefully, if I've done it right. And I think I have done it right. I have followed the steps. So I'm just going to go grab a little chopping board. Okay. Pop that there. And then before I do the next part, I can clean up because I'm going to need the surface and it's a bit greasy. But yeah, this is the part where it takes time, to be honest. It's just toasting it. Looks like we're waiting for paint dry, aren't we? Wish I could speed this part up. I should have heated the pan first, folks. But it's warming now. Next time, blooming next time, heat the pan first. We'll never get there otherwise. But we are getting there. So I'll bring you back when we're ready to pull them apart. Okay, so they've been toasted and I'm now starting the process of peeling them apart. And this is why we have to oil them well. Okay, so, nearly threw it then. So this, oh God, you can't see, can you? Can you see? No, there you go. This is one that I've already done. Well, quite a few that I've already done actually. So anyway, I'm going to pop you here so you can see the process of me unpeeling. 2 didn't make it, unfortunately. I think I tried to peel them when they were just too hot. So, but it's a case of being delicate, you see, because we don't want to tear them. But we want to delicately take them apart. They are very delicate little sheets, to be honest. But hopefully we can, oh, there's 1 or 2 that's sticking, but it's no big deal because we can try and patch it up. Okay, so I'm not overly concerned. Okay, I know that one's got a bit of a hole in it, but it'll be all right. We can still use it. Okay, all right, the last couple now. Okay. I'm hoping that they're all going to work out well, but we're just going to have to wait and see. To be honest. And if they don't all, I've still got loads there that I can use because I've already peeled them off. So it just goes to show that sometimes things work out and sometimes they don't. It's just one of those things at the end of the day. This one isn't going to work because it's too, but I'll just have to peel that off the best I can. But this one's not going to work. And that's okay. Like I said, these things happen. It does not mean you failed. I am doing something new. I'm doing something I haven't done before. I did see this recipe actually. That's why I decided to give it a go, so I didn't have to roll anything out, you know. But these things happen. It's all trial and error. So I'm not concerned. I'm not annoyed. Right, let's just get the rest of this off. It's probably worth peeling them off when they are warmer, to be fair. I mean, this pastry is a bit cold now. But I'm not worried. I'm not, because I've still got some that I can use, so it wasn't a total flop, I don't think. Anyway, there we go. We can still use that, people. So this is going in there. Now we're on part 2. Well, part 3. So we now need to make these up. Okay, so we're bringing back this mixture. I'm going to do the one that didn't quite go to plan. All right. And I've got a little mixture here. Now, this is literally flour and water. This is going to act like a glue. So I'm just going to grab some. And I know there's going to be loads left, and it's fine. Doesn't matter if there's loads of this mixture left. I'm not bothered about that. Okay, so we've got that part. Now I'm going to turn it over, tuck it in, roll it again. Now we need to get the sides tucked in. I will bring you in a different angle in a minute when I do another one, so I can actually show you what it is I'm actually doing. Tuck that in there, and we're going to tuck that in there. Okay, and then glue, glue, glue. Lots of lovely glue. Okay, and then roll, roll, roll. Right, there we go, look. A spring roll. So, I'm going to pop that. I have cleaned the surfaces, by the way. Right, now I'm going to put you in a different direction so you can see exactly what I'm going to do. All right, so I'm going to move you over here now. Right, can you see my lovelies? I hope you can. Okay, so there we are. Fill in. These are very mini, aren't they? They're going to be mini spring rolls. Okay. Roll. And then bring back like so. All right. Your glue is going to go here on these sides. And then these sides are coming up like so. Like that. Okay. And then glue, glue, glue. Glue it all. Like so. And roll, 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 roll. And then a little bit of glue to pat it all down properly. Okay. And there we have another spring roll. So I'm going to carry on and make the rest of these, and then we're going to fry them. Okay, so I've got 9 spring rolls in the end. So I started out with 12 sheets, 3 ripped, so they didn't make it. They went in the bin. But I've got 9. So 9 out of 12 isn't bad, to be fair. So I'm just going to show you. There we are, look. Now, obviously, these need to be cooked. I'm going to cook one and show you what it looks like, and then I'll cook the rest. Obviously, some of them you can see there where it's kind of like poking through a little bit. So, again, we still might lose a few. But again, I'm not overly concerned. I'm just waiting for the oil to heat. No, thank you. Look. So I'm just waiting for that oil to heat up at the moment, and it shouldn't take too long, to be fair. I've only put it on just a moment ago, but it is on number 5, so it should heat up quite quick. So the best way to find out is to drop a little bit of, well, that didn't go to plan, did it? Is to drop a wee bit of, no, it's not even sizzling yet. So that's one way you can check. We want it to sizzle. Now it's sizzling slowly, but it's still not quite ready. But it will be. Let me move you back over there. There you go. so you can see where we're at. Right, I'll just grab my spider. Okay. Oh, there you go, look. Let's fish that piece out, because we don't need it. Didn't go to plan, so it can go. Right. Okay. Shouldn't be too long. Right. Let's try again. Right, it's sizzling a lot faster now. So I'm going to go ahead and pop one in. In you go. So it will sizzle in a minute, hopefully. Dee. If I turn it up to 6, that would get it going a lot faster, won't it? Yeah. Shouldn't take too long. Obviously, once it starts, then we can keep turning it, because I want it to colour all the way through. But it is starting to cook now. So, once it's almost there, I'll bring you back. So, it's starting to change colour slowly. These things do take time, you know, but it's getting there. So we're looking for a nice golden brownish, not burnt. Don't want it to burn. I'll be upset if it burnt. This has been quite a time-consuming task, to be fair, but I wanted to bring something to you that I've never done before, because at the end of the day, it kind of throws you out your comfort zone, doesn't it? Can't do the same things over and over again. Got to do something else. But I'm actually quite enjoying it, though, to be honest. I do enjoy it. It's a sizzling, sizzle, sizzle. We're nearly there now, though. Obviously, the ends are going to brown off first, because the ends are a lot thinner. But it's the pastry is becoming nice and hard now, and that's good, because that's what you want. Right, move back over there, look, otherwise people can't see you floating around. But it's almost there. Look at the colour. You can't see it very well because of the light, but I can see it from here, and it's doing really well. I'm quite pleased with it. Would I make them again? Yes, I would. I would probably do it different, but I would make them again, yeah. So yeah, it's not been a total disaster. But yeah. But no, I'm enjoying it. Right. I need the top to colour, because the bottom is nicely toasted, well, brown, as you can see. So I need the other side to do as well, which it will do. But it's looking good. And then I can put the rest in. I'll probably do 1, 2, 3, 4 at a time. I don't want to overcrowd the pan. I want them to be able to have space to move. So that's what we're looking for. Right, I'm going to fish that out now because, to be honest, I'm quite pleased with that. I really am. I will do a taste test as well. I'm just going to put it on the plate, and it went with a clonk. And I'm going to put 4 more in. 1. Always put away from you. Otherwise you are going to burn yourself if it splashes. And last one. So we're going to cook all these off bit by bit. But that is the first spring roll. And I'm going to pick it up. It's very crispy. That's good. I'm pleased with that. So I'm going to get all these cooked off now. And then I'll bring you back and we'll do a taste test. So then me and James will have 4 each for our tea. So I'll catch you shortly. Well, this is the last 4 and they're almost cooked now. As you can see, they're almost golden brown. Obviously one side is, it's trying to colour all of them, but the pastry is nice and crispy, which is what you want in a spring roll anyway. But yeah, this is it. It's taken a long time to do, but it's one of those things. But I've quite enjoyed it though. I've quite enjoyed the process. It might end up being quite a long video, but I do hope you stay with it and watch it to the end. I've enjoyed myself. So this is the last lot coming out now. I've turned the heat off already. So we'll just drain these. And my little spider. It's quite a good little tool to have this. I'm glad I bought it when I did. Got it from B&M, I think. No, I didn't. Yorkshire Trading. And it probably cost about £2. Right, I've turned the hob off so that oil can now move out the way. So we're now safe. Okay. And there is the spring rolls, as you can see. They smell great. They look pretty good, considering I've never made them before. So I'm quite proud, to be honest. So we're going to taste one now and see if it was worth it. Now, I know I've made a mess. Of course I've made a mess. But no mess, no success, as James says. Now, I've got nothing to dip these in at the moment. Obviously, we're going to have them for tea, but I just wanted to see what they were like. And they smell like spring rolls. Chicken and vegetable spring rolls. Mmm. They are very good. And there's a filling, look. They're nice and crispy. It's got a lovely amount of filling in. The seasoning is just right. The pastry is right. The filling smells amazing. Yeah. That is fantastic. Now, it did take quite a long time to make, but definitely give these a go. I know I've made it look difficult, but I showed you the easiest way to actually do it. But anything that you guys want us to have a go at cooking, then please let us know, whether it's like any particular dish, an Indian dish, a Chinese dish, a Nigerian dish, anything. If I can source the ingredients, then I'll certainly give it a go. Because we like to try different things. We like to try and make different things. If it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. But we've tried at the end of the day. We both love Indian food. I'm not too hot on spice, but James loves it. But yeah, definitely give this a try. I don't think you'll be disappointed, to be fair. But thank you so much for watching this and staying with it, because it is quite a long one, a long process. But thank you so much for watching any of our vlogs. Thank you for commenting. Thank you for subscribing and liking our content. It really does help this channel out, and we want this channel to grow. So I thank you very, very much. I appreciate all your support so far. But I'm going to leave this one here now, and we will see you in the next vlog. So if you do make these, or you have made anything so far watching our vlogs, then please let us know, because we would be interested. We would be interested to know. So, but thank you very much, and we'll see you in the next one very soon, guys. Bye-bye for now.